What do you know? Let's take about a minute, and I want you to write one word that begins with each letter of the alphabet related to the topic of independent reading. What do you know? By a show of hands, just out of curiosity, how many of you wrote the word alone by A? Okay, thank you.
While some teachers think of the independent reading block as a quiet time where every child is solitarily deeply engaged with a book, others have created an environment of what Sherry Sandin calls socially engaged atmosphere, including numerous opportunities for student-to-student and teacher-to-student learning, encouraging reading-related noise and movement. Whether independent reading time is conducted individually or with partners, there is value in spending an extended amount of time reading every day. This block of the school day should be one that both the students and teachers look forward to and find pleasurable.
I propose, as we add an independent reading block to our current schedule, that we create a balance for our students where they will have some days where they have one child and one book working in a solitary environment, and other days when they are reading with peers.
The social and emotional challenges of childhood can be complicated and sometimes confusing.
This is scary.
As children grow and develop, they need help from adults as well as peers, to understand themselves and those around them.
Kids need to be able to negotiate, to hear different perspectives. They need to practice these skills. They need to not just see them, but they need to see them in motion, to discuss them with others in order to be successful now and also later in life.
Every day when you're walking down the street.
WGBH, the creator of the Emmy Award-winning television series Arthur, and a leader in public media, has teamed up with the Institute for Applied Research in Youth Development at Tufts University to create AIM, or the Arthur Interactive Media Buddy Project.
What's going on?
We're not speaking to you. That's what's going on.
This innovative cross-age buddy program uses interactive stories and games to promote character development, improve school-wide relationships, and decrease bullying.
Okay, I'm sorry.
See? Saying you're sorry isn't that hard.
The TV show Arthur has one of its core curriculum points of pro-social behavior. So it really was a natural fit for what we wanted to do with this project.
What do you think?
The overarching goal is really to get the two buddies talking to each other about these sometimes difficult topics. And we really landed on 5 topics we wanted to focus on: empathy, honesty, forgiveness, generosity, and learning from others.
Who can tell me what is the show Arthur all about?
Making friends and doing the right choices.
The children know Arthur, they trust Arthur. They believe that Arthur's struggles are their struggles too.
Arthur told Sue Ellen he was really sorry.
And if Arthur can work it out, then they'll be able to work it out too.
He did a real apology, and he talked about what happened to him when he was bullied.
Yeah.
The other great thing is parents know Arthur. They trust the Arthur program. So when the kids go home, they'll be like, oh, you won't believe what so-and-so did. And so anything that causes a conversation to happen at home, and the same conversation that we're having here, it's fantastic. It's a gem.
Oh, she might have to, she's going to tell a lie about what she did. I know it.
Using interactive media not only engages kids, it makes for a much deeper and more meaningful experience.
It allows us to present these stories and explore these complex issues in a number of ways, allowing kids to test out multiple endings.
Which ending did you like best?
To test out different options of how they might act in a certain situation.
Would you keep lying, or would you tell them the truth?
I tell them the truth.
And kids can explore how the characters are feeling internally.
Arthur isn't stopping. I don't know what to do.
When they can hear a character's thinking, that idea of the perspective of others is huge.
Here are some things that Buster could do.
And I really like that idea that you can make different choices.
So do you think he should get back at Binky, talk to a friend, think about himself, or talk about Binky?
And sometimes even the best choice isn't comfortable or perfect, and that's the reality.
This is so hard, isn't it?
Along with the interactive features, there's a comprehensive online teacher's guide and accompanying videos that include background information, how-to instructions, paired and whole group activities, and paired and holstering reflective discussion.
We're going to be doing this interactive game with our little buddies.
The program consists of 20 total classroom sessions, including 3 introductory prep sessions, 3 sessions for each of the 5 topics, and 1 to 2 wrap-up sessions.
We're just going to talk a little bit about how it went, what you liked about it, what you learned about it.
Do you think Suanna was happy with it?
Yeah.
What makes the AIM Buddy Project so unique and effective is the time students spend with their buddies.
Most conversations are easier to talk to with another child than with teachers. They're more open to, and it's a little safer of an environment for them.
Did you tell the truth that you did it? Yes. How did that feel? Very annoying and scary.
They're able to be candid with each other. It's not like they're going to get in trouble with the teacher if they tell their older buddy what happened.
What did you do? Did anyone find out?
And the older buddy is able to coach and talk to the younger buddy about how they could deal with different situations.
The whole school seems to be a little more connected and friendlier when we participate in buddy programs. It brings everyone closer together. There's more dialogue, and it's nice to just have someone new to say hello to and how you're doing.
What do you think is the real problem here?
By using cross-age buddy pairs, interactive games and stories, and the familiar Arthur characters, the AIM Buddy Project offers students a way to explore complicated social and emotional issues in a proven, in-depth, and research-based format.
WGBH has worked with Tufts to pilot this program in schools to test the efficacy of the interactive media, the games and the stories with kids. And we'd make further changes based on that, so now we have a very solid program. And what we're seeing is that when the kids interact with the media that we've created, they talk about their own feelings and things they've experienced.
Well, I told a lie and I ended up going somewhere instead of my brothers because my brothers had to stay home.
How did you feel when you lied?
I felt kind of guilty because
so much of school now is focused on academics and getting through the curriculum, but it's really important to take a step back and focus on the social emotional learning. Without that, none of the other academics can happen.
Teachers are so bogged by everything they have to teach. Our day is packed full of, learning, but take the time because it's valuable.
If you were Buster, would you tell Arthur to stop or just not get involved? I should tell Arthur to stop because that would be the right thing to do.
The Arthur Interactive Buddy Program is an experience they all need. They have to learn to get along and to take turns and to be kind. And school's a good place to learn that.
To kick off our buddy reading program, we will start the school year with a 9-week session of Arthur's Buddy Project. Peer partners will meet on Tuesday and Thursday. This interactive cross-age reading program focuses on character development within lessons. There's lessons on empathy, honesty, forgiveness, generosity, and learning from others. As we are adding 4th grade, the buddy teams will consist of 4th grade teamed with 1st grade and 3rd grade teamed with kindergarten. WJCT will be sending a representative out to the school to train staff on the specifics of the program during summer PD. For the remaining 3 9-week sessions of school, you will be responsible for creating or choosing some alternate type of buddy reading program. You will choose your teams today and decide when you will meet. We will come back together before the end of the school year to discuss your progress and determine what will be needed to implement your programs. All 3 programs will need to be determined prior to the start of summer PD, even though the AIM Buddy Project will run through October. I want you to be free to enjoy your time off so that everyone is ready to start our new independent reading block when we reconvene for the summer.
Hi, my name is Weddy Young. I've been teaching for 5 years.
My name is Joseph Cohn. I have been teaching for 11 years.
The way the Martha Speaks Reading Buddies program worked is that Mr. Cook's 4th grade students came down to my kindergarten class and worked with my kindergarten students. We had 8 sessions of the Martha Speaks Reading Buddies program. Myself and Mr. Cook would introduce the 4 words we're going to be listening for throughout the day that they'd hear in the video clip or in one of the stories that go along with the video. And once they heard those words, afterwards they do probably journal activities or little arts and crafts activities to work with the 4 vocabulary words.
Gave the 4th graders the opportunity to be more of a facilitator and more responsible for teaching younger kids.
I saw my kids' confidence start to grow. They would raise their hands and answer questions more. And the 4th graders just spoke with them and told them it's okay if you get it wrong.
One of the unexpected benefits that I got from the 4th grade students was that they enjoyed the collaboration with the kindergartners, and they also got a sense of what teachers actually go through when they're teaching students, how to keep students engaged and on task. And I had a couple of students that also said that they might grow up to become a teacher because of doing this program.
I feel as though my kindergarten students looked at the 4th graders as role models. They would say, I talked to a 4th grader today, or they helped me learn a new word. And that always made me smile, and it still does now.
And it also helped my students who had behavioral problems to behave better in class, gave them more confidence in their own reading abilities.
My students, they still come to me and say, first word we learned was stupendous. I'm stupendous. So they keep on saying stupendous, and they use it correctly too, so I'm proud of that. They're not just saying stupendous for anything. And my students also use fantasy and reality. I remember that episode, Martha was a superhero dog.
Don't worry, worried lady. That fire has met its match. And if I get some fleas on you, just show me where to scratch.
So they knew that fantasy meant make-believe and reality meant something real.
The students really did use the vocabulary words when they were writing or when they were speaking. Both the 4th graders and the kindergarten students were given a reading assessment prior to starting the program. So I had 4th grade students that were above the 4th grade level that were matched with students that were way below in the kindergarten level. And then we took 4th grade students that were not very strong readers and put them with a high reader that was in kindergarten. So it could sort of they could also balance and feed off of each other. I saw my students learn to use context clues better. It helped them to recognize unknown words in the story or whatever they were reading and then go back and read the sentence to help them figure the word out. And that was one of the problems that they were having prior to doing the program. So the repetition of the vocabulary really helped to reinforce those new vocabulary words. Not only are they watching a TV clip, but they're also reading and they're active with the students in the classroom.
And it's also active learning. Like Joe said, it's not just the teacher in front of the classroom. The way they use the vocabulary words, the way the sessions were broken down for you, I just really, really enjoyed it. It was straightforward. It kind of just flowed within our lessons. The parents are also happy that it removed the kids from the regular cartoon shows they would usually watch.
I highly recommend the program because it really did give both the 4th graders and the kindergartners a greater sense of confidence in their reading abilities.